Yes, I have a JSON file with all the shows that I'm currently watching. If you're just a beginner in programming, this is what you come to eventually. Whether that's exciting or scary is up to you to decide, but let me show you what I want to do today. First of all, how does this work? I have a few functions that interact with this JSON file. The main one is show. Show takes the link of a show and appends the episode to it. Let's try it out. So show one piece. Boom. The correct link is opened. And if you noticed, here is the 612th episode, and it opens the 613th. That's because, well, I watched this many episodes. I want to open the next one so I can watch it. That's how it works. Now, my internet is usually okay, but sometimes annoyingly slow, and it's awful when you just want to eat and watch One Piece and it buffers all the time. So I came back to downloading it instead. But here's the thing, I still mark what episode I watched, although I downloaded more episodes, and I would rather always have more downloaded than I have watched, like plus 10 maybe. So for example, I want to download the 620th episode. Well, how would I do that? I would say show One Piece once again, and then go and find an episode. And I already forgot what it was. I think 620. Am I right? Yeah, I am, but I would usually forget. I'm actually surprised I could remember anything while I'm recording. This is not ideal. After all, I have to actually come to the folder where One Piece is downloaded to see to which episode I need to go to download the next one. What I want to do. This will now have another property called downloaded, and it will have the count of episodes that I downloaded. So watched and downloaded will be separate. Let me give you a rundown on everything that will be here. So when a new object is created, it has a downloaded property that starts out at 0. So when you create a new object, let me show you how that's done. So link, let's say new, just a link. Boom, here it is. The new potentially show. Say I watched 3 episodes immediately. So episode new, set episode of new to 3. Boom, I watched 3 episodes. And then yeah, that's usually how it goes. Okay, let's say I finished the show new. I say delow new. It's deleted, and it goes to consumed with the date of today. Boom. So that's how it goes. Now I'm gonna be able to say, let's say down One Piece, like 620, and the property will appear here and change, so you can say, let's say do for downloaded show. Yeah, it's getting more and more difficult to create proper namings and say One Piece to open the episode that I haven't yet downloaded, not watched. So that's the idea. Am I missing anything else? When you said the episode, oh right. So if I watched an episode, I surely won't have to download it again, because sometimes I might, for some reason, watch an episode without downloading it first, especially depending on the show and how much I care about watching a lot of it at a time. So when I set the episode with app and the downloaded property is lower than the episode, they should stay equal. Let me show you in actual text. So downloaded, dead, boom. So say I watched one episode and I'm now on 613. Downloaded is on 612. Well, for example, I set the episode to 613 and the downloaded property also changes because it's now smaller. But if it's bigger, nothing is done. All right. We can set it to 619 immediately, so 7 liter S. Told you, Vim is amazing. I just incremented a number by a certain amount. I mean, what can be cooler than that? Okay, so we could programmatically add the downloaded property, and that will be done in the future when you create new objects, but for now let's just create the downloaded property ourselves, and I'll just set it to the episode because I don't have anything else downloaded yet. Downloaded is 7. Okay, and same thing for Daredevil. I don't even think I can download it. Don't think so, but let's just... Wait, what did I... That's fucking hilarious. Okay, so change inside this. Okay, downloaded. Boom. Perfect. Okay, we got the setup. Now let's go to app, where the show functions are stored. Okay, show get link. Get link is actually what opens, well, not opens, it gets the link to the next episode after the one that has been watched. So as I said, it takes the link, appends the episode +1. As you can see, shows of show link is property, then episode +1. You can see it as if it's in these brackets. If the show doesn't exist, it says so. If there's no link, says so. Okay. Show run actually runs the link. It gets the link, tries to run it. If it doesn't work as a link or whatever else, it says so, that the link is fucked up. Wait, hold on. Does this activate Chrome either way? Oh no, because there's a return. So if it can't run the link, it does nothing, so it doesn't activate it. Okay, so first of all, set link. I always set link first. I don't set an episode, but still I want to make things safe. Whether I set the episode first or the link, I can do either. So let's go here. Now the downloaded loaded property, which starts out at being 0. Okay, and here also downloaded property, downloaded, which starts, wait, hold on, yes, so basically it tries to access this. If this doesn't exist, then it creates an empty object. And once again, usually I have the link first, but if I don't, that's what happens. And on the first creation, the downloaded and episode property will be the same. Okay. Pretty sure we can just say episode, and that will be good. Amazing. Now, let's get down. So when a new object is created, it has a downloaded property that starts out at 0. That's essentially what I wanted to do. Yeah, starts out at 0 when you set the link first, which is the most likely situation. If I set an episode without an object, it will be at least episode. Okay. When you set an episode, the downloaded property is also set, but only if it's smaller than the watched episode. Okay, this will be a new function. Now, you might be saying that all of this could be better as a class. Maybe, but I don't see a great use of that. And I just kind of don't. I used to be obsessed about classes, but now I'm just kind of really not. Okay, so it's going to be called show set downloaded. And we set the downloaded. Okay. So what happens here? So first of all, we get the JSON, the current JSON, and we check the episode property. Hold on, I'm doing a different thing. I'm doing a thing in the future. When you said the episode, so let's come back to this later. Yeah, set episode. So we set the episode. Great. Yes. We set an episode. Now we check. So if episode is bigger than show downloaded, then we show downloaded. We set it to be episode. As simple as that. And then the modified JSON object is written into the shows file. Okay, yeah, that's all we needed. Perfect. Boom. A specific downloaded setter. That's what we're going to be right now. This is the one. Okay. Is downloaded related to watched episodes in any other way? So the episode should always be at least the same as downloaded, but downloaded can go up as much as it wants. If I just so happen to set a lower downloaded value than watched episodes, first of all, it's going to be fixed by itself later, and second of all, that's my mistake as the one who created the software, so I won't make that mistake. There's not quite a big reason to account for that. So essentially, it's all good. Okay. Okay, so it should be show and downloaded. Show and downloaded. let's just write it rather than copying. I want to refresh on how I did that. Okay, what do I do? If there are two or more spaces, replace them by one space. Okay, I see. Just makes it easier to regex. Okay, show and downloaded. Regex replace show and downloaded space two or more to a single space. Perfect. Now regex match. We match this. Now, so it's going to be yeah, pretty simple. Do I do it in some cool fashion? No, just a dot. Oh, why would I? I mean, it's kind of lame. Making actually good regex? SMH my head. Then a space and a digit, however many there are. That's it. What's my naming? Okay, I see. So show and downloaded match. Perfect. I'm kinda surprised that I didn't take care of when it's wrong. There's not like any try catches. To be fair, I've never experienced an issue with this because I know what I'm doing. See, if I was creating software for someone else, of course I would take care of that. But since it's for me, I can be more lazy because I know for sure I'm not gonna mess that up. But still, it's a good practice to make safe code. That's what you should do. But I won't bother. Okay, so show, especially on video, doing every single small thing can be jarring for the watcher. So I'm just gonna do the meat and bones of what I want to do. Okay, so show is show and downloaded match one. Then downloaded. Yo, oh, because it's not defined, of course. Show and downloaded match 2. Perfect. Now we got the show and downloaded. Now I imagine we create the shows JSON object, JSON parse. Is it parse? No, it's not parse. No, yeah, it is parse. Cool. So read file. Yeah, that's my function. It's not something HK like built in. Basically reads the file and returns the text that's inside it. Very useful syntax trigger. Okay, so we parse the text of paths, points to file, shows. Is that it? Yep. Okay. And we can do pretty much the same exact thing as here. Let's yank this. Boom. Okay. Show, set, show episode. Okay, so episode will be set. Once again, this is what happens this is what happens when there's no object yet. So in a situation where, by the way, I forgot a group. Boom, boom, boom. So 1, 2, 3, I guess. So surround, 3 to left. Holy shit, I am so smart. Yeah, this is what happens when I haven't set a link or episode, so there's no this object yet. It's just for the initial creation. So episode is set, hold on, no, change inside word to downloaded, and downloaded is now change word, downloaded. As simple as that. So we set that. By the way, a JSON object is a map of maps of maps of maps. I thought it was an object of objects of objects because, well, in JSON that's what you presume, but no. Maps of maps of maps. I wish I knew that before I didn't. Download it to the property and change inside word, download it. Okay, so what we did, grab the object. Does it exist? If not, then make it exist. So it sets the episode of downloaded, link as nothing, and downloaded to downloaded, obviously. But if it does exist, well, set the downloaded property to this. Okay. Amazing. Now we, okay, write file, paths, points to file, shows, JSON, now we stringify the shows object. Am I correct on that? The reason why I'm not just copying everything bit by bit, first of all, it's fun to write code. Second of all, it's nice to have practice in what you're doing, even if it's pretty simple. It's still nice. And additionally, when you just copy code and then change what's inside of it, it kind of stops your thinking process a bit, and it's harder to figure things out because it's really already filled with a lot of shit that isn't 100% fitting, and you have to do more work trying to figure out what to change rather than rewriting it. So that's why I don't. Okay. And now we create an info. By the way, about info, it's probably my favorite function that I wrote. I recently rewrote it to be what I actually wanted it to be the whole time. I'm gonna make a video on that too. You'll shit your pants. Or not. I mean, up to you, honestly. Okay, so info, we say show, then boom, 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 download it. When I said the episode, let me show you what info does briefly. Let's run it. Boom, this thing. So after I said an episode, that thing appears saying, for example, One Piece, colon 612. Boom. Okay, so we finished this function. I don't think I missed anything. It's unsafe in this place because it might not actually catch those two groups. And maybe somewhere else. but it's pretty much identical to set episode. Now you might say, why don't we instead just have a parameter here that changes things? To be fair, you could, and that's probably the way to go eventually. But this is basically markup thing to make it work first, and then you evolve it to what it should be. Yeah. They should be combined in the future. Okay, so this is done. Let's commit this. Show set downloaded. Okay. I should commit this also. Downloaded properties added. I have this funny thought. Am I recording? Fuck yeah, I am. That would have been hilarious. I mean, I did some nice feeling programming, but I would rather record this. Give me a second. A specific downloaded setter. Done. A show opener, but for downloading. So it takes the downloaded property instead of the episode property. Easy enough. We might try to immediately fit it into the show get link thing. Yeah, we absolutely can and should. It's easier to write a new thing when you want to implement something, and then you fiddle with stuff. Okay, so show and type, I guess. Not very well, I guess I wouldn't then, because it's a function. Okay, what should we name this? Because either episode or downloaded. State? Not quite. Progress type. I kinda like that. Progress type. It's episode by default, so I don't have to change code in other places and can just implement the new stuff without breaking the old stuff. It's pretty nice. Okay. And now change inside these progress type. Nothing else to change here, and yeah, this is just get shows. Is it shows? Huh, I completely forgot about that. They don't disappear. Okay. Huh. I don't watch many shows. I've been watching Elden Ring by Slimesicle and Jacksepticeye. It's kind of hard for me to watch anime, but I try to. Okay. So in show run, we should now have a property, a parameter called progress type as well, because show run is usually how I run shows. Well, progress type can be unbound. Progress type can be unbound. Cool. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. A show opener, but for downloading. So it takes the download. Yep. So that is done. Now the implementation of that's completely not it. Runner how I'm actually going to be using it. So show app download DD. I like DD. That's what she said. Okay. It's true, I do love DD. I'm bisexual. Okay, DD. DD. So what it's going to do, take input, show. Oh, set downloaded. Set downloaded input. Pretty sure that's it. Okay. Now 14 up. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fucking make sense. 17 up. Someday I'll realize that K is up and J is down, but it does not fucking make sense. Okay, GJ. I have never heard these two sounds together before. Never. And down. 11 down. Down. Input. I'll explain what I'm doing. Or how tutorial channels usually do is that they say they'll explain what they're doing and then never do. Maybe I'll do that as well. Set episode input. Oh no, that's completely not it. Show run. Run. Okay, input. But we specify some parameter. Progress type should be downloaded. Okay, downloaded. Perfect. Okay, so we can run a downloaded show and we can set the amount of episodes we have downloaded. Perfect. Let's try pirating anime. So down one piece should be say a string but got a funk. It's not really useful. Expected a string but got a funk. Oh, I see. Noticed it. Small little mess up. Okay, so now down one piece. 620 it should be. It is. Perfect. Now we go to downloaded counter 620. I have a custom hotkey that sends numbers and increments them. So I go here and I press it. It's useful pretty much only for this, but still useful. And now DD one piece 620 shows. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wow. Boom. Okay. That was so smooth, easy, and I like some things. Like, for example, the fact that I never explained on my main channel how these work. They got introduced in beta 7. A small short explanation that I would like to elaborate on later. So basically this operator lets you pass a variable while it's unset. usually, like here, I try to use this variable and there's an error, like, yo, this variable is unset, you cannot use it. But this lets me use it, or rather, pass it into a function while being unset. And then gd, we go here, the second one is unset, so it defaults to episode. But if we set this parameter, then it's going to be downloaded, because, well, that's what you do. It's going to be downloaded, and since here it is set, it doesn't default to episode and is instead downloaded here. So I found that kind of smart. I haven't needed to use this, not ever before, but only once, I think. So I'm glad I thought of this. I enjoyed that. I don't like how set downloaded is a separate function, but I wanted to get unrusty. What I'm gonna do off video though, because it's kind of more boring, this is going to be in an additional if check, a second parameter that decides whether, well, hold on. Technically, the only place we need to change is here. Instead of episodes, it's also progress type, and this. The only thing that's important to me, at least, is the naming. It's going to be process token, sure, to make it completely fucking ununderstandable. Progress token, which could mean anything ever, but I like it. Yeah, so essentially this is the only place that needs to be changed, and then an if check around here. If I'm setting an episode, then check for this. So this function doesn't really need to exist. Well, alright, I've enjoyed making this video. I hope you found something interesting in it, maybe learned something, how to use JSON, for example. And let me show you, JSON. Here's the JSON library that I'm using. Written, I mean, I'm sure it's optimized as hell, but I mean, you can see. It's written by Thuxby, one of the developers that I like quite a lot. They actually made the V2 extension, which is now my most recent video on my main channel. It's amazing. It's fucking incredible. I actually contributed to it just a bit, but I did. They also made this JSON library and a print library, the print statements in AutoHotkey. Let me show you that it works. Hee-hee-hee-ha. Hee-hee-ha! Well, that's awkward. Hold on, trust me, it works. Here it is, boom. So when you run the script through VS Code using the run script command, then the output window pops up and prints to there. Not only strings, but also objects, maps, and so on, because let's look at how it works. It stringifies using the JSON library the map, array, or object into a string, and then it's prints. Boom. That's also done by Thuxby. I wouldn't know how to do that, but now that I look at it, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, many great libraries. Check him out and say thanks for his extension and libraries. All right, goodbye.